Good morning. I didn't want to necessarily... I was trying to wait for my living room to warm up before I did video. It got a little cooler last night down in the... I don't know what it got down to, but it's still like... I don't know. I think it's still like high 20s right now. But when I woke up, it was in the early 20s. Low 20s. So I don't know what it got down to. I don't know if it got below 20 or not. But anyway, good morning and thanks for being here. You can see the... there was some kind of... There's a dog that was barking all night or half the night. I went to bed early. Or fairly early yesterday. And but then there was sometime in the middle of the night. Well, there were several times in the middle of the night that little big girl kept... There was something going on outside. And the dog outside wasn't barking at the time. But little big girl kept noticing that it was out there. Like she could sense. And it turned out there was more than one dog, I guess. Anyway. Point being is I wasn't letting her run out there. I don't know what time in the morning it was. It was still really dark. The first time that she jumped off the bed and started noticing something outside and barking, and then they got bitty upset. They didn't hear they were barking, wanting out. But I didn't want to let them out in the middle of the night because they'd go out there and they might run the dogs off, but then they'd just be out there probably barking for a while. And I don't want my dogs to be doing that. So I kept trying to wait. And then at some point, little big girl and them were being settled. They had gotten up and barked a few times. At some point, that dog just wouldn't shut up. So I opened up the back door because I had to get up to use the bathroom. I opened up the back door and said, "Get out of here." And I had my back porch light on. And it was some kind of big sheepdog barking. And then there was two other dogs. There was a female dog that I recognized. I think that's what it is I think one of the stray females is maybe in heat. And so we have that sheepdog wandering up here, and then I don't know why it was barking, but it barked for at least 2 hours probably or more. But it wasn't barking in the beginning because it was just, I guess, wandering around out there and snooting, making enough noise that my dogs were noticing it. But hey, I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't have anybody other than my creator. But February 14th here, I guess I was going to say Happy Valentine's Day to you. It is a little bit chilly in this living room, but I'm going to knock this out. Give yourself fully to the adventure of today. Walk boldly along the path of life, relying on your ever-present companion. You have every reason to be confident because my presence accompanies you all the days of your life and onward into eternity. Do not give in to fear or worry, those robbers of abundant living. Trust me enough to face problems as they come, rather than trying to anticipate them. Fix your eyes on me, the author and perfecter of your faith, and many difficulties on the road ahead will vanish before you reach them. Whenever you start to feel afraid, remember that I am holding you by your right hand. Nothing can separate you from my presence. As I was reading that, I feel compelled to say, and there's nobody here I don't believe there's anybody in the community holding me to a fire or anything, but I'm holding myself accountable. As you know, I struggle with drinking. Well, the other day I had a strong urge and I resisted it, but then the next day I talk myself into buying a couple beers. I just wanted to share that with you. A lot of it has to do with what was going on with my back. I know that it wasn't the right way. Like, I know you're not, if you're worried about it, you're worried about it for me rather than because you're judging me. I'm just getting at that you have heard me state that I struggle with this. So I had like 2.5 more good weeks. And then the other day, this thing on my back has just been bothering me, and I let myself, talk myself into that would help me. And it did. I mean, it helped me relax, and I didn't get sick or anything, but it wasn't necessarily the way that I should have handled it. Now, yesterday, this big old lump on my back, it did bust. It is, and that gave a lot of relief for me. So I'm dealing with that on my own until Tuesday. I do have an appointment on Tuesday with the general surgeon. Let me give you these reference scriptures here. Psalm 48, verse 14, Hebrews 12, verse 2, and Isaiah 41, verse 13. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because you're like family to me. And, you know, we're going to have days where we struggle. You know, I think if I'm not honest with myself, then I can't be honest on camera. You know what I'm saying? So that's my way of being authentic. I was watching a video yesterday. I might do a video of my own about authenticity and integrity. I'm thinking about it. Because I was watching somebody else's channel and their video, and they had a lot of good points. And I'm all, you know, like they were talking about a situation that's personal between them and somebody else. And it's somebody else I also know. You know, I don't know them in person, but I do know them through YouTube. And so it's like a touchy little weird thing, you know, just like. But I stay neutral on those kind of things because it's like it's really none of my business other than that. It's kind of my business because both of the people I do follow and they have shared a little bit about what's going on. But my point being is just take it easy, you know. Things fall apart sometimes. Things don't always work out. And sometimes at the very beginning of it, we might have a little bit of bitterness. But if we can get through that and throw that bitterness to the side, man, I think sometimes we might be a little better off. I'm just speaking for myself. You know, I've learned forgiveness is the key. But I don't know why I got on into that, but I just wanted to tell y'all that I love you. You know, I do say it a certain way at the end of the videos, but sometimes the actual words mean, you know, when it's necessary to say the actual words, then I think it's necessary to say the actual words. I love you. I love every one of you. So I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to say, you know, life's too short, man. I'd rather see people make amends in some fashion. But sometimes those amends can't happen unless both parties recognize, you know, like, I know that all you see is me on camera or in my live streams. But if you come to my live streams, you're getting me, you know. I just try to be as authentic as humanly possible. That's really the basis of it. And the truth is, until you know, once you spend a little bit of time with people, sometimes you might find that you don't need to be around them as much as you want it to be. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Doesn't mean that you can't find a middle ground and still fucking communicate. Pardon my language there. I normally don't cuss, but it came out. No, I do cuss. I'm saying on camera I try not to. But I try not to in my own regular life. I don't know. Thanks for listening. I hope any of that made sense to you. If you don't have a physical human being to have Valentine's Day with, why don't you try having Valentine's Day with the Holy Spirit and, the big kahuna. You might like it. Ditto.